Oh, O Brahman, oh the limitless, oh the boundless, oh the sense of self-awareness, oh pure consciousness, blessings to be on my listener, whether it's a herself or himself. It does not matter. The gender, the gender does not matter at all. Blessings to be on my listener, whether it's a herself or himself. The personification, the gender, the person, the being is not important. The being, the messenger, is not important. I hope you understand. The personification, the being, the gender, it's not significant. The messenger is not significant. What is significant is the message itself. Unfortunately, at this present age, in this moment, in time, unfortunately, at this present age, in this moment in time, not only in this society, not only in a specific or a particular society, but everywhere you go throughout the globe, not only in this society, but everywhere you go throughout the globe, anywhere you travel, everywhere you go and anywhere you go, you realize that the entire globe, you realize we all humans, we the people and the persons, we unfortunately have been conditioned now to pay attention to the messenger, but not the message. No matter where you go, you would find this trait, you would find this habit, rather, this conditioning, rather, very rampant in every culture, in every society. We have learned to pay the attention to the messenger, how the messenger speaks, how the messenger looks, how the messenger dresses up. All this we have learned, all this. So all the focus, the attention, the awareness, unfortunately, goes into the person, but not what the person is saying. I am given an awareness this morning during meditation that if you listen to somebody, if you listen to somebody for 10 minutes, if you listen to somebody for 10 minutes, whatever that person, whatever that person is saying, whatever that person is talking to you, whatever the message the person is delivering. If you have a conversation with somebody for 10 minutes and you are the listener, yeah, If the conversation was held for 10 minutes, what you perceive is only 3 minutes. 7 minutes is the time when your mind is haywire, when your mind is wondering, when your mind is trying to make sense out of everything. That's the nature of the beast. That is its nature. That so what happens? We miss the message. Same goes for me when I speak the words of truth and wisdom. When I tell you the words of truth and wisdom, when the sound of my voice resonates through you, remember, I always tell you to remember the word remember. Remember, you pay attention to what's being said. You pay attention towards the words of truth and wisdom. You do not try to make sense out of my outfit. You do not try to make sense out of my accent. You do not try to even make sense out of my voice, but you only pay attention and bring your awareness and bring your focus towards the message. The benefit of that is you would have more liberty. The benefit of that is you would have the benefit of that is you would have more liberty. The benefit of that is you would have more patience. The benefit of that is once you idealize the messenger, basically you become attached to the messenger. You have certain level of expectations from the messenger because you are not looking at the messenger as the messenger is happening. If you understand what I'm saying to you, you are not looking at the messenger as the messenger is happening. You are looking at the messenger through the words that you have learned. You are looking to the messenger through the language you have learned. You are looking at the messenger through the concepts that you have learned. You have learned the concepts. You have learned the ideas. You have learned the theories. You have learned a lot of things which basically, if you pay attention to what I'm saying, you have learned a lot of things which basically is nothing but the nasty habits and human conditioning. Anything which does not serve any purpose but deviates you from the message, quit that, get rid of it, and see how much liberty and peace you would attain. The liberty and peace also is always there. It's unfortunately cluttered with the conditioning. Any conditioning which is not serving any purpose in your life, but taking you away, deviating you from the real purpose, from the nature, it has no use for you, if you understand. And if it has no use for you, then you get rid of it. You look at it, you focus at it, and you ponder. And if it has no use for you, you get rid of it. That's how you pay attention to the messenger, because you see through everything that you have learned. That's how you pay attention. Messenger becomes much more important than the message, but the message is important. If Yes wouldn't deliver, Krishna wouldn't deliver, would deliver, excuse me. If Yes wouldn't deliver, Krishna would deliver. If Yes wouldn't deliver, Mukesh would deliver. If Yes wouldn't deliver, Vivek would deliver. David would deliver, and so on and so forth. Nature is a very powerful entity. Nature always has found someone to deliver the message of truth and wisdom. Nature always has, and nature always will. At this present moment, in this present moment in time, at this present moment, and in this present moment in time, that is the job that I am doing. That's it. That is the purpose that I am fulfilling. There is nothing special about me. There is nothing important about me. There is nothing important how I speak or how I think. For one, for the most part, I don't think. For the most part, during the day, I don't have a single thought in my mind, good thought or bad thought. For the most part, I don't have thoughts in my mind because thoughts means mind. Now you are in time. I would rather enjoy the eternity without the boundaries of physicality by not having the thoughts in my mind. So you pay attention how I speak, how I think, how I dress, what is in my heart, what is in me. Even if you took 100 births, are you paying attention to what I am saying to you? Even if you took 100 births, have you heard the term birth? Even if you took 100 births, you still are not able to figure me out or anyone out. You still are not able to know what's anyone, what is in anyone's heart. So quit trying, quit wasting your time in the abstract reality, the reality which exists only in your mind. You see, it has no existential significance. You see, this moment is real, and this moment is real for everybody. You see, this is the existential reality. But you live in abstract reality, which does not exist anywhere but in your psychology, in your philosophy, in your theory, in your mind, that everything that you have learned. So you understand, you don't perceive truth. You do not perceive the being as the being is happening. You perceive what you already know. You perceive your entire knowledge. You do not see the truth as the truth is happening. So quit paying attention to the messenger. Focus on the message. Message is way more significant. Reason number 3 would be that when we become attached, when we have the personification of a person, when we like what we see, we become attached. When we become attached, the accumulation, the body is the accumulation. It has an objectivity attached to it. If not today, maybe tomorrow. Next moment is not promised to us. Tomorrow is not promised to us. So, objectivity means, by definition, the accumulation would come to an end. You see, it's the law, is the rule, is the law of the nature. Nature itself is the laws of life if you pay attention and if you pay focus. So it's the law of the nature. Everything which has any objectivity attached to it would come to an end, if not today, maybe tomorrow or the day after. When we become attached to the messenger, we have grief and sadness in the end because we know now this person is not around. Sadness and grief, missing somebody is no good for you. You are born to enjoy the liberty. You are born to enjoy the happiness. You are not here to suffer your psychological drama, or you are not here to suffer sadness because nature has taken someone away from us. We are not here to suffer the sadness. There is nothing superstitious is happening. There is nothing super fictional is happening. There is nothing superstitious is happening. There is nothing super fictional is happening. It happens to each one of us. We are visitor here. We come and go, then we come back, then we go. Coming and going are always there. We are visitors. When you perceive life, when you look at the life in this way, you are not sad at all or less sad, and you have liberty. You have joy of rejoicing. You have happiness in your heart. You have a different dimension of life that you thought never existed, if you understand what I'm saying. I'm still in a little more profound state of meditation. But in this meditation, this awareness came to me that I should deliver this message. This message is very significant because tomorrow I may not be around. Tomorrow I may not be among, but my message would guide you. You pay attention to the message. My videos, my retreats, my messages, everything would guide you. Anytime you feel overwhelmed by the life, do not be disappointed. Listen to my messages, pay attention to the message, and it would liberate you. It would end the suffering eventually. And make time for yourself to meditate every day. If, as I said, next moment is not promised, as I said, nothing is promised. But remember something. Tomorrow I would bring some more clarity if life allows me, if Jivan incarnation allows me. Tomorrow I would bring some more clarity regarding meditation. I would clear some more fog regarding meditation. So you have the liberty. Then you are not constipated or you do not feel confined in the three-dimensional reality. Be good to yourself and be good to others. But most important, the gist of the message for today is do not pay attention to the messenger. Do not bring your awareness or focus to the messenger or the messenger's personal life. Just pay attention to the message. You see, do not become attached to the messenger, because when you become attached, you have expectations. But when you have expectations, when you become attached, you have expectations. But when you have expectations, you are not seeing towards the messenger. Are you following me? You are not seeing towards the messenger as the messenger is happening. Messenger is going through everything, every filter. You see, when you filter coffee, how the liquid goes through filter, but the coffee seeds, the coffee beans remain there. That's how, but the water you poured into the coffee equipment or device was transparent. When it comes out, it is brown or dark brown. That's what happens in the end. When the person comes out, the person goes through all the filters that we have learned. So we do not look at the person, we do not look at the being as the being is happening. We only look at the person, we only look at the being as we are happening, unfortunately. And the reason I am saying unfortunately, because it's an unfortunate situation. It takes us away, it deviates us from the focus on the message. So you cannot find truth until unless you get rid of the filters. You can use these filters while you have to survive and live among humans. But when you are all by yourself and listening to the sound of my voice, you better pay attention to the message and try to see truth as the truth is happening, but not through filters, because then you have expectations. If you have filters, the person obviously and naturally is not going to meet the expectations. The person unfortunately is not going to fall on the expectations. The reason the person cannot fall on the expectations, the reason person cannot fall on the hope, because you are not seeing the truth as truth is happening. You see? So pay attention to what I said. Focus on it. Meditate on it. Meditate on the sound of my voice. Meditate on the message what's being said. If you have any questions or confusions, I always welcome you. I always welcome you to write me. My services are for you as long as I am around. So please write me if you have any confusions, and I will clear those confusions. Just pay attention to the message. Have you learned to sit yet in a state of meditation? Have you learned to sit? You see, sit. Sit like this. Have you learned to sit? Have you learned to sit in a super silent corner? Have you learned to sit super silent? Have you learned to sit in a super silent corner? Have you learned to sit super silent? You know what super silent is? Remember, I always remind you what is super silent. Shh. Quiet and silent. Shh. Silent not only around you, silent not only around you, but silence within too, for some time at least during the day. Oh.